Yeah, we're fucked. They're totally gonna eat us.
Fucking sickos.
I mean, who does that? Who eats meat?
Sickos.
Is it really that hard to go vegan?
Yeah, man. Piece of cake.
Yeah, totally. I'm mostly vegan, so...
Yeah, What?
No, I'm mostly vegan, you know, so I'm with you guys.
What
do
is
you mean
that?
mostly vegan?
Yeah.
You can't... You're either vegan or you're not.
Yeah.
Well, no, like, when I go to restaurants, right? I always get the vegan options, so...
You're a horse.
Restaurants?
What?
I'm with you guys.
So you are vegan.
Well, mostly. See,
What
I...
do you mean, what are you
mostly?
eating that's not vegan?
Well, you know, like steak.
Oh, fuck
fat
off.
What is wrong with you?
God,
What?
dude.
What? It's a good source of protein.
Eat
Those are
beans.
living sentient creatures.
Well, they're tasty living sentient creatures.
You fucking asshole.
cow
I
killer.
don't kill cows. I just eat them.
Heartthrob? More like heartless throb.
Yeah, where were you when the Feelings Fairy was handing out all her feelings, huh?
Yeah, bitch.
You can't say hands.
I'll say
you're
whatever the
worst.
fuck I
Excuse
want.
Me. Excuse me.
God.
Can you eat us already? Or whatever
Yes,
the fuck
please.
you're gonna do,
Just
please?
put us out of our
no,
misery.
I'm not with these guys.
Shut up.
Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to The Brony Show, episode 522. I am your host here to bring you the Brony community for another week. I am, of course, Circuit Main. Of course, I am not here by myself. I am joined by a wonderful group of panelists here to also bring you the Brony community, make slide comments, and also go off on random tangents that have absolutely nothing to do with anything we're talking about. We are, of course, joined by Deathlight Productions.
Hi.
DM21.
God, it's cold here.
Tech Stallion.
Yep.
Toakoi.
It got up to 60 here, and I didn't have to have a jacket.
And, of course, from the Otaku Ascended, we have Suki. Sama.
Damn it. My brain shut off.
We have to reboot it again.
It's okay, people. We can rebuild him.
Okay,
Yeah, damn it, dang it! Now my brain shut off. I was gonna try to make a joke,
But we only have a budget of about $350.
Yeah.
So,
And
should we remove the Slayer knowledge, or should we keep that and get rid of the Isekai?
Can we just get rid of anything if that revolves mask Lego things? See, I already forgot what they were called. It sounds perfect.
It's kind of hard to forget the toy that saved the entire company.
Watch me. Anyway, that's enough of that shenanigans. Welcome to the Brony Show, and we are all here. And for the show today, well, we're going to continue where we left off last week. Last week, we found a tier maker with over 200 ponies and pony-like accessories, and we were deciding who is best ponies. We had a lot of best ponies, but we also had a few that we could all agree were either or complete jackasses. But now we're gonna go ahead and continue on to that list and see if we can finally get through it all. But we are also going to be talking with Toakoi and Crazy Matt Captain about their experiences at HarmonyCon, which had the convention last weekend. But, of course, before we do any and all of that, we have to do what we normally do every single week with a warming up of our vocal cords and letting the general populace know what is going on. And what better way do we do that than to spread the wub? So I must ask all of you once again, what's up, bronies?
Well, I've kind of been hitting the ground running ever since I missed the flight last week in HarmonyCon. And aside from Thursday, I've been at work every single day. So I'm kind of tired. I'm off tomorrow, so sleep will be needed.
Definitely sounds like a lot of wub going on there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anybody else have any other wub time that they want to bring out there?
I have somewhere to move.
Yay.
Yay! Honestly, that is really good. I'm glad that you found some place to go, especially with the sun.
Well, unfortunately, because of my signature, which we resolved 10 minutes ago, one of the tenants thought I wasn't, or one of the landlords thought I wasn't capable of signing a document because of how uneven my signature was.
Oh, wait, that's
Well,
wait, what? That's
I
weird.
would like to point out, most places, if you can at the very least do an X, you're qualified.
I mean, if it even looks like a
Yeah, we
signature,
cleared
they
it
don't
up,
care.
But yeah, it was a little bit of confusion because he thought, wait, if he's having this trouble writing it down, are the rest of the family lying about his capabilities? And we had to explain the situation. No, it's just how my hand shakes when I write or type or anything these days.
Fair enough. Well, I'll go ahead and get a little bit into wub time with me here. And everybody prepared. This is a doozy.
Okay,
So-
we have the helmets on and the snow shovels at the ready.
I know you did that on purpose, but I'm just going to go ahead and keep running with it. So those of you who follow my Twitter know that I did kind of have not exactly a moment of existential crisis, but definitely one of those, okay, I'm not having too much of it anymore. Because, well, the big problem is the roof of my carport collapsed under a giant mass of snow that we got here in the Utah area during last week. When I'm talking a giant mass of snow, this snowstorm that hit us has not been seen since the 80s. This has been a really bad snowstorm. And piles of snow that were up to my waist in some cases. And a lot of it was on a carport that already was structurally questionable at best.
At best.
At absolute best. So this is the front end of the carport that I heard crunch down when I was in the middle of a work meeting. So yeah, there's the fun part there. And just to give you an idea, just how it came down, there's a portion that still retained itself on the wall. That was actually kind of a blessing in a weird way because it didn't tear off siding and who knows what else for that. And here is my car that was also under that.
Also, I think Reed from YouTube coming over to Twitch see the delay is less.
Well, hopefully it is. Here's another side of the car there.
Okay, second, whoever put on the carport, hate them for that collapse section, but enjoy the fact they did reinforce that beam.
That wasn't a reinforcement of the beam. That's the support beam. If anything, the fact that that's the only strong support structure is highly questionable.
So to me, it looks like that was the original carport, and then they decided to extend it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly do not know because these were all well, actually they weren't all single layer slats, but from what I could tell. So yeah, this happened. This happened, and to say that I almost went completely catatonic because this was on top of a lot of other things going on right now would not be underestimating. Just to give everybody a brief reminder of things I mentioned last week, along with some additionals. My current work position is literally going to be going away by the end of tomorrow. So I'm going to have to be trained in a different position while looking for a job altogether because that is also going to be temporary. It's a literal stopgap. I do have one roommate that is going to be moving away also tomorrow that's been here for several years. So that's kind of a bit of a shock there. And along with that, I also had my birthday over the weekend and I turned 40.
Circuit, you do not look or sound 40.
Yeah, you don't.
Thank you. I actually like to think I'd like to maintain some sort of youthfulness to that.
You stole my youth. Give it back.
No! It's mine! I stole it fair and square!
as I have seen him in real life, he does not look that old. He
So
looks like a 30-year-old at the very least.
You know what? I will absolutely take that. I'm absolutely happy to take that. But let's get back onto track here a little bit. So this was what happened. The aftermath. I haven't had pictures of it yet, but luckily I apparently have really good insurance, so it's not with Suki.
What? I was legitimately looking at something and I just heard my name.
Okay.
Yeah, he was talking about his own insurance and then made
my home insurance, which is not with Suki, so it's actually good.
Well, don't worry. Don't worry. I don't handle regular homes anyway.
Yeah, well, you might have had to take my auto anyway. I'll get back to in the moment. So
and
yeah,
no, I don't handle auto either. I handle condos. That's why.
Oh, okay. Anyway, back on
Which
track.
Is actually
here.
worse.
Oh, I don't even want to think on that. So, yeah, the thing came crumbling down, and I was able to get on the horn with my insurance company. I think it wasn't next day. I think, or maybe the day after that. Either one. No, it was. I think it may have been next day. Actually, they were able to get a restoration crew out to take a look. They basically said, there's no way we're fixing that. So we're going to just tear it down. And then they tore it down. I had a dumpster in my parking lot, and the guys on Friday, and also my insurance adjuster at my house, all at the same time as they were tearing it apart, which is really fun because during the whole process, the back half collapsed. So the back half was barely hanging by a thread, which it still managed to hold down but for a couple more days, and then it collapsed as they were tearing everything apart. Granted, it probably didn't help that they literally were goofing around with it and shaking it playfully, like they were just having fun with it, and it was all being taken apart, but
Yeah, but looking at that, I'm guessing that's probably about at least half. Oh yeah, since it was Boeing like that, there was no hope that thing wasn't going to last long. Yeah, I mean, you were going to get an estimate for a full replacement anyway.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not. Yeah, like if it had just collapsed the front half and the back half still looked like it could stand, I could see them writing you. I could see an insurance person writing you an estimate just to basically replace the steel on the front side and get that back up. But yeah.
Yeah, no, the whole thing went down, and it actually took some sighting that time. That was kind of fun. But, the whole thing collapsed. They took it apart. My car only suffered a scratch on the spoiler. It's a nasty scratch, but that's it. Everything else is working fine on it. So, the house is still in good shape. The car is still in good shape. The garage carport was already not in a good position to begin with, and the only reason any of that got covered by insurance is, oddly enough, because the makeshift shed that is attached to it on the other side had 4 walls, and thus it was considered a walled structure that was attached to the house.
Okay.
I've had that before. Basically, while it's outside the outer wall, it's still connected to the house.
Yeah,
no. Here's what the thing is. Because companies like to go one of two ways on these. One is either structures like a carport itself will be considered an extension of the building, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, as long as it's connected to the house, and in some cases, even if it's not connected, like that fence in the background, if that's your fence, even if it's not connected to the house, somehow they might consider it there. Or your policy might have fences as a separate coverage. Maybe if that's how they have it listed out. But yeah, then some companies will only cover basically four walled structures on the property.
Yeah. So
it's very important to ask these questions.
And you know what? And I bet the reason why that's probably how your policy got written that way is probably because of the fact that things like this could happen. You get so much snow that a carport's probably going to could just collapse on it.
Yeah,
it'd be a lot easier for it to do so.
Yeah, it sounds really bad altogether. So I got lucky. I got so lucky in all of this. It was actually quite amazing. And which yeah, so my life literally changed so much over this weekend during this week. It's fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Also, speaking of which, again, I don't know what's gonna happen with the show in regards to things either, because again, I am gonna be trained for a new position that might change my hours, so things might happen differently, at least in regards to after party stuff. But if I end up finding a different job, I don't know what's going to happen with the show. I will try to keep people updated as I know, but I'm literally flying by the seat of my insane pants that are now feeling a breeze. Da-da-da-da-da. So, yeah! That was fun, wasn't it?
It is insanity. Also, it took until a day later, but I love the fact you worked off of my odd from last week just to do yours.
Yeah, I guess I felt it was time to do that, though. I completely goofed up the face, so at the same time, I think that spurred me on to try to learn the faces better. So yeah, there's my story.
My gas picture Pikachu.
So anyway, there's my story of the carport that couldn't anymore, but apparently it had to happen eventually anyway. It honestly did. It was not good. It was not good anymore. This will allow. Oh yeah, and the insurance is covering it all. So I already got the insurance check. I just have to wait until well, things get settled with the deconstruction and also the siding, and then yeah. Lots of fun there.
And then pay me to build a better one.
I actually might. If you want to come down here and build one, I will be more than happy to give you that insurance check money.
Yeah, there are people right now in New York that's like, yeah, if you want to come down here and help us, we need to completely redo siding and roofing and stuff on this old thing. I'm like, oh yeah, sure, if I build a mobile home in time.
Well,
well, it's a lot easier for you to go to Circuit than it is to go to New York.
Well, sir, let me. So your policy paid out the full cost of repairs, unless your deductible just right out.
Yeah, at least the repairs part. They haven't paid out for the deconstruction part because that's going to be considered separate, and they haven't charged me for it yet. And they also are running some tests. They're checking something with the siding before they also pay out in regards to the siding damage that happened when the back half collapsed.
Probably your property's probably old enough. They're checking to make sure the stuff's even still available.
It's metal. Yeah. I highly doubt it's available anymore. The siding was actually made out of metal.
No, yeah, aluminum. Yeah, aluminum, vinyl, or wood are the three most common.
Oh, yeah. Never mind then. I don't know then. Well, let's see what happens. But yeah, there we go. There's the week of Circuit. At least at the end of tomorrow, he'll have an entire man cave basement down to himself, so he can put up a VR setup at some point, which might be nice.
And go and punch a wall by accident.
Let's not do that. Those walls, half of those walls are actually made out of concrete. I'm gonna hurt something.
I know.
Careful not to punch out your TV or your monitor.
I'm actually more worried about my computer at this point. I think the motherboard might actually be dying. Anyway, that's a whole nother kettle of fish. I'm not gonna get into that.
To the show, at the very least, you might not be able to do the art as much. You might get a show every other week instead of every week.
I don't want to even think. I've been working so hard on learning to art, and just having to cut back on that bit too. It sucks, but I'm not gonna get into it again. That's we're just gonna have to figure out how things go as they go. I'm literally having to take this one step at a time now at this point. But
yeah, that's always the healthy option. By the way, we're a half hour into the show.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna say. Anybody else have any other wub time before we go ahead and get moving?
I think your phone said yay.
My phone said yay for another reason. Let's just say I'm finalizing the... Yeah, despite everything going on, I am still going to BabsCon. So, in fact, it was yaying because it's finalizing things.
Yay!
Well, for me, just the classic of being busy all the time and then clearing up the weekend so I can go and start cutting stuff for that mobile home, speaking of which. And then it pretty much blizzarding all weekend. I was so upset.
I'm only happy that I had to deal with torrential downpour, so I didn't have to even worry about it. It's Kansas. It's weird.
I have no idea what to think right there. Okay, anyway, so does anybody else have any other wub? Alright, so that's all the wub we have to give. Let's go ahead and actually get started on the news. And of course, with news, we want to start off with convention news. Because that's always a fun time, right? Starting off with the Gleam Fest. I still have not figured out what in the world's going on with that. And I don't know what. And it's like one of those things where I haven't figured it out yet. And now I'm too afraid to ask.
Also, second, are you streaming to
I am not.
Discord?
I'm not. I haven't done that yet.
You are the second person in the past 24 hours I've had to remind.
Oh, leave me alone. At least you get a nice 1/440 now.
Hey, I enjoy the 140. That's what I was raised on. Nostalgia.
Promise that all nostalgia is memorable.
So the next actual convention that is coming up is Festival of Friendship for 2023. This is the one in England, which I'm excited for them because they're going to have pony shenanigans in just 2.5 weeks, just as the winter snow is hopefully starting to melt, and they can enjoy a light, refreshing spring. And then we're gonna go into BabsCon just as the harsh, horrible warmness of spring starts to really beam down onto California. But that's
it did snow there, so
that's just in 5 weeks. Which, if everything is good, I have just finalized the last of my necessary preparations.
Yeah. For me to go, somebody would have to either buy a vehicle for me or buy a lot of parts for me. Like what happened last year.
Alright, so anyway, BabsCon coming up, and I will be able to actually give a report on that because I'll actually be there. So, let's get in on the news. First off, one thing we do want to remind you that the week in history is still the day in history that's still happening at Equestria Daily, and this is might be one you want to check out because it is also the week that Unicon happened.
Dun 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 dun.
But yes, this is when the shenanigans known as Unicon occurred, where it came, it saw, it destroyed lives, but it did also cause the community to come together to build up funds to try to get everybody home. It's honestly quite a feat, and you can actually see things happening, not exactly in real time, but in the posts as things were happening. So, get a little bit more of the ground floor things before the YouTubers were able to coalesce it all together into a wonderful little bit. Of course, there are also a few other fun articles that there was a couple of other fun articles that they had in there, and one of the things that I couldn't help but resist to bring up a little bit were 100 things Pinkie Pie is not allowed to do in D&D.
Oh.
I didn't even know this was a thing. I did not.
Number one.
So, Pinkie Pie isn't allowed to borrow dice. She will start juggling with them. Pinkie Pie isn't allowed to roll Intimidate. She breaks out in giggles and is useless to the party for 2 hours. Pinkie Pie isn't allowed to use the magical clown class she found online. It's too broken. The battle mat and any permanent markers are not to be within 20 blocks of each other while Pinkie Pie is playing. Oh, oh, I hate that. I hate everything about that. That is, I know what that is. I know that pain. I hate that. Okay.
No, this kind of reminds me of the SCP things that Dr. Brad is not allowed to do.
Pinkie Pie is not allowed to play World of Darkness. She just doesn't get it. Pinkie Pie is not allowed to produce a musical starring all kobolds in an attempt to improve a situation. That was just a very silly session. Pinkie Pie cannot throw a party because the party needs a party. Pinkie Pie is not allowed to LARP, ever. And this all in caps. I'm only going to read the top 10. Do not let Pinkie Pie attempt to put eyeshadow on the beholders. That just makes the situation worse. No miniatures at the table. Pinkie Pie will start making them have a tea party. You don't know. I want to see that. That sounds hilariously awesome.
No, let her have at least that one.
You will not ask Pinkie Pie about her counter powers. Because she will learn then count her powers.
But yeah, if you really want to check it all out, I'll go ahead and throw this in the lounge instead of the show notes, since this was actually just a small part of the massive amount of show notes.
Oh, 12. Pinkie Pie's not allowed to ask Spike about his dragon class.
Okay, you know what? The funniest thing is, I want someone to look at Ogres and Oubliettes and see how many she breaks the little time she actually gets to be in that episode.
Actually, I think there was one in here where Pinkie Pie isn't allowed to bring, like, Spike and Big Mac and a bunch of other ones, so it actually is kind of fun. Where was it?
Big Mac isn't allowed to play. He'll
to
just
play.
correct Applejack the whole time and make her really pissy.
Okay, oh my god, I can actually see Big Mac doing this. I can
Big
so...
Mac is a rules lawyer.
No, the sad part is he does play a lot of Ogres and Oubliettes, so he actually, he absolutely would do this.
Yeah. I mean,
Also, Rarity isn't allowed to hit on Big Mac if he does play. That's just weird for everyone else involved.
Early fandom ships.
Yeah, this is early stuff too. So yeah, have fun with the insanity of it. But let's go ahead and move on with the other little
Spike
bit.
is no longer allowed to GM without supervision, especially when Rarity is playing.
All right, we're
Okay,
gonna
that was freaking calling it.
Anyways.
that was not calling it. We all knew that. Anyway, so next, the 5-page preview of the final season, the final story issue of Discord has popped up. So if you really wanted to get a full taste of everything that's happened up to this point, though I do gotta admit that this is kind of interesting right here. We already see him suspended in a cage. What happened? Who knows? I'm not gonna tell you. You're gonna have to read the comic.
No matter what happens, don't move.
Don't move. Don't blink. Don't do anything.
Don't even breathe.
Next, of course, the solicitation for issue 13 has popped up. This also has the cover A, which actually was done by, I think it might have been Sophie Scruggs, actually. I know it was done by another Brony artist out there. Because I remember, oh yeah, there it is, Sophie Scruggs, right there.
Nice.
So yeah, the fun part, if you can get this issue, you could probably get her to sign it, which would be really awesome. Also made a crack about asking her if the icing on the Rarity was marshmallow flavored.
Please respond. I got to know.
I've got to know.
No, it's special flavored.
All right. So yeah, comics abound. How fun there. Next, Mare Quest has released the second part of their OST.
Oh.
By the way, hey, I've already told Circuit, but they actually had their OST on CD at HarmonyCon and were giving it away for free.
You told me it was the game, which it's still cool regardless, but geez, man.
No, it's free on Steam.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's why I thought it was kind of interesting that they would have free CDs of the game too.
I never did.
How old school are you? Do you have a CD player?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And I even made sure I got a burner with it so I could burn MP3s.
Now, granted, there was a Mare Quest machine in the game room. Like, someone built it, the game machine, to be, the standard joystick and buttons.
Well, get into that in a little bit here, of course. We just need to continue on with the news.
Yep.
Alright, next. Tell Your Tale has released episode 46, and
that thumbnail.
The thumbnail does not describe the problem. This whole I really have no idea how to think about this episode. This is
I saw the secondary post on this. Is Font Humor still good?
Yeah, no, that's what really one of the big things, and it just
Remember,
it's one of those.
Too much sweets make you sick.
Actually, it's just one of those. I had to remind myself this is a show for kids, but at the same time, it just feels like it was like
Circuit, we're not gonna get you.
Happy Gilmore. It was like pandering to the Happy Gilmore crowd of kids.
In fairness, Happy Gilmore.
I was one of those kids when I was 7.
Yeah,
I have no idea what you're even talking about.
it's really hard to describe. It just was really off-putting for me. I mean, I did enjoy some of the moments, but yeah, let's just say that this is not one of my top 10 in any regard.
Well,
but anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it to people to check out, and we'll go ahead and move on.
I've been meaning to watch that one.
So, music. So, if you haven't had a chance to check out the top 10s that have been posted every month, how about the top 25 that for the entire year? Community voted, of course. So, an entire year of pony music condensed into the 25 greatest hits for that year. All ready for you to indulge in for your listening pleasure. Maybe find a new musician to watch, or maybe delve right back into those classic ones you really did enjoy. Okay. Anyway, yeah, be sure to check it out. Always encouraging the music. Now, who's ready for things moving to different locations?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know. A lot of moving going on right now, including Tell Your Tale is going to Netflix at the end, near the end of March. Now, of course, there has been some speculation about, is this just all of the YouTube Tell Your Tales that are going to be on Netflix now, which... And after some people were describing how some people have no idea that that Tell Your Tale is a thing, let alone have watched it, or realize that it is actually tied into Make Your Mark, it kind of makes sense that it would be put on Netflix as well, just to make both of them accessible in one location.
True,
but it could also be its own thing and have their own special Tell Your Tale episodes just for Netflix itself.
That's always a possibility, but I think the more profitable solution would just have the new and old content on both platforms.
Yeah, possibly. But that is just stuff we can speculate on, and we can't really say what'll happen until it happens.
Heck, they could just do like the Netflix side gets the new content for a week or two ahead of the regular their schedule on YouTube.
Oh, I would hate that, but at the same time, I have Netflix, so I wouldn't exactly be phased too much.
That's one of my theories, anyways.
Anyway, so let's go ahead and next little bit here, and actually, this is kind of hilarious in a funny way. The volume 3 of the Tell Your Tale soundtrack is now available on Spotify. The YouTube video announcing this has also been blocked. That was fast, wasn't it?
It's YouTube. Hopefully, when the new music stuff comes through, because that is happening, it might be better.
Anyway, if you want to hear some of the you got more music available on Spotify, so why not listen to more pony music on Spotify? You can do it. I believe in you. Next, HarmonyCon. And we are going to be talking a lot about HarmonyCon in general, but we are going to just delve into this real fast. The top 3 PMVs for the PMV contest have been submitted and are made available through here.
By the way, the Best in Show, my god, the rendering, everyone collectively said our computers were crying from it.
Unfortunately, we got the second place in Feel Good, second place in Drama, and one of the entries Until the End of Time. I have no idea if it actually won any spots. But the rest of the PMV should eventually hopefully get uploaded. And it'll be awesome to check them out and see. But yeah, always love a good PMV contest.
Everything
you
was
were there
pretty.
for most of it.
So here now, before we go on to the fan submissions and everything, here is a fun little list. Top the 15 utterly unhinged attempts to reinvent iconic franchises.
It's on crack, so I don't believe it.
No, actually, this is quite surprising. Well, let's go ahead and go through this real fast because ponies are on here. 15. Robots battling it out in soccer. Unfortunately, they already got it wrong because it was on Super Nintendo, so it's 16 bit glory. But other than that, yeah, they basically had Mega Man playing soccer.
Crack is
Japan
right. They
is
can't even
weird.
get their facts right.
Correct. They can't get their facts are about as right as Mojo's facts. You heard me.
Wait, it's a 2008. The
No, no, no.
hell?
14. Tekken. Wait, what?
Look.
2008. 8-bit. No, I'm.
Okay, we all
no!
collectively-
Wait, this is well. They actually got the information from Engadget. No, that's still everything. Oh,
That must have been a typo.
everything about this hurts. I'm gonna move on now. Tekken Card Tournament. You actually use digital cards to play the game.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid.
Pac-Man 2: The New Adventures.
This is kind of fun.
It's kind of fun, but it literally is kind of a point and click where Pac-Man is just doing his own thing.
I think I saw a speed run of it during AGDQ.
Yeah, they did a speed run of it recently, which was really
It was weird.
Yes, it is. Okay, next one on the list.
all right. And Donald Duck's secret alter ego called Duck Avenger, which I'm kind of disappointed they didn't use Maui Mallard. I mean, Maui Mallard is freaking awesome. Instead, they go Duck Avenger, and I don't even know if this is the right guy. It looks completely wrong somehow.
What
Well,
about
it is
Duck
the Italian
Dodgers
comic,
in the
so
21st century.
That ripoff. And no, I'm not calling Donald Duck's Duck Dodgers a ripoff. I'm calling this a ripoff.
Okay. Next. All right. Next, this one is apparently Japan only and on mobile devices. Basically, Final Fantasy typing. Literally.
so typing a fantasy.
Typing a fantasy, yeah. Next, Bad Grandpa, which was apparently trying to be a weird Borat spin-off of Jackass.
Considering it was made by the people of Jackass, I would just call it them trying something different.
Alright. Alright, so... My Little Pony, Equestria Girls. We all kind of saw that.
Yeah,
We intended though as being a full main thing on its own. No.
It eventually became its own thing.
we all collectively agree the first movie sucks.
But then they
Computer
change it
animation
as time goes on.
It doesn't
Yep.
suck, it just wasn't great. It wasn't great, but it was okay. It got better, and then it kind of went up and down and left and right. And then we got Fluttershy showing off her toes in a rap song, and that we were done at that point. So-
someone developed a foot fetish.
Moving on. Lion King 1.5.
I liked this.
I never seen it.
It basically
Your
was
thoughts?
Timon and Pumbaa talking about raising Simba for the entire movie.
Oh.
It gave us backstory on Timon and Pumbaa as well.
Yeah,
Yep.
it gave us a
Yeah.
little information, which is not bad.
Of course, it was gonna have some fart jokes in there. It's Pumbaa, for God's sakes.
Okay, Mystery Inc. Now, before anybody jumps on this one, it's not what you think.
Nope.
No, this is the comic book.
Oh.
This is the comic.
Scooby-Doo
I
Apocalypse.
loved this one so much. It was.
The-
I was
Oh
so sad
yeah,
when it discontinued.
it was good.
Yep, Scooby-Doo Apocalypse. This is the only
Oh
thing
my
that
God,
happened.
Scooby's rocking a six-pack.
That is scrappy.
That's scrappy.
That is more terrifying somehow.
Everyone is buff in the future.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a moment. So, we got Velma instead of this as animated?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, fuck you, HBO.
Yes. They could
Like,
have
I'm sorry. This
I
could,
second
you know what?
that.
This could have sucked really bad, but it would have been I think people would have given it way more. Would have been like way more forgiving of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Fuck HBO.
All right, move on before we get too hateful.
All right. So next, Star Wars.
Okay, you
But-
know what?
Hold on.
Some of
No.
the EU was fun.
Hold it. But let me explain what part of Star Wars they're talking about first. They're talking about the comic series of Star Wars that ran from 77 to 86. It had a Han Solo and Chewie story based on Seven Samurai, Jackson, a giant green rabbit, and Don Juan Quixote, a crazy old man who thought he was a Jedi.
That's
That
fun.
actually sounds kind of fun.
It actually does. It sounds hilariously fun.
Was the crazy old man? No, I'm
It
not
is
gonna
based
finish
on
that
Don
because-
Quixote, yes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna finish that because I think Disney might have skipped over that because they're trying to be not offensive or something like that.
Did you forget that when Disney took over, they declared anything not in the
Not
movies no longer canon?
Yeah,
Anything
I heard
done,
about
they
that.
extended to
At
anything not made by
at the
them.
time. I thought it was at the time before they announced that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's no longer canon, so we can have as much fun with it as we want. They can't do they're not going to do anything. But here's something else that nobody wants to talk about. Terminator, who also had their own comic series in 1988, which became a Saturday morning cartoonist twist on the franchise with Skynet as basically this guy, with the hat and mustache, and Terminators with personality. Literally, this is...
That just sounds so bad.
It's good.
Guess Arnold couldn't Guess Arnold didn't make the cut.
No, that is Arnold.
It could be Arnold. I mean, it is a comic. It's a comic franchise from 1988.
No, you know what I mean, voice actor wise. You know what I mean.
No, this was just comics. There was no.
I know. I'm just saying if it wasn't
All right.
comics.
Now for a little more controversy for the giggles. Voldemort's love child, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
Oh my god, I heard about this. No.
Yeah, basically, apparently Voldemort and Bellatrix apparently had a daughter, and somebody wrote a entire book based on this concept.
It was a play, then became a book.
Yeah. So there's your fan fiction for you. Don't let anybody tell you can't make fan fiction of things and actually have it sell.
Yeah. You do remember the story with I believe it was 50 Shades of Grey?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, those movies are terrible.
know the terrible thing is...
I mean, it started out as Twilight fan fiction, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Though I still heard that somebody is trying to make a movie of My Immortal, but we're gonna. That's another.
Okay, that's somebody from the internet just trying to be an absolute troll, and I'll support that one.
No, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it if somebody actually did try to do that, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
Reboots and reimaginings are becoming popular for these companies.
Mario's gritty reboot.
I've seen this before I played or seen any Mario games.
Really?
I love this movie. Yeah.
Really? Oh my god. You are literally the anomaly. You are the anomaly. I'm so proud to have...
I played a lot of handheld Mario, but not any console Mario before I saw this movie, and even I knew, like, holy crap, what have they done to my boys?
See, this is a great movie. It's just not a great Mario movie, and I figured that out years after I watched this thing.
Yeah, it was such a great movie. Everybody was drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually a good movie. It's just it's not a good Mario movie. You are absolutely right, but I am so happy to have had the one person in all of existence that saw this movie before any other Mario content apparently.
Yeah. There were times I would rewatch it in dumbfoundedness, like, how did this get made?
No, this is how this is. The NFL on Nickelodeon, apparently. Patrick Starr doing live commentary of an Nickelodeon NFL game on Christmas Day.
It's the third one.
I don't. And finally, and this is actually up and coming too, Dragon Ball Super becoming a rom-com. The co-author of Dragon Ball Super revealed he's introducing a romantic comedy direction to the manga, different from Toriyama's usual style, that he wants to give it give a story arc a rom-com theme.
Okay, before people say anything bad, That was already comedy, and given how Chi-Chi and Goku were, it was kind of a romantic comedy at times.
No!
You found out that
No,
Grace
it was not.
his
That
wife
was.
during the deed.
It was never a romantic comedy. No.
I mean,
Comedy
it was no, Circuit. It was comical that was a romance.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's that too, I guess.
Yeah.
So
the idea
it's
of it.
not going to be the worst.
Also, I mean, think about it this way. Think about this. All the romances in Dragon Ball Z are basically Chi-Chi becomes obsessed with Goku because he basically patted her crotch as a child.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
Now they were both children.
Yeah, they were both children, and Goku actually had no idea
Goku
how to
was an
identify
idiot.
female. Yeah,
I mean-
Goku could not identify females, so fair enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
and then
which
and
is
then
why
think
he was amazed at Bulma in the tub. It was like,
Yeah,
why
that-
are
yeah.
you?
Then I think then later on down the line you had kind of a normal relationship with Yamcha and Bulma until that fell apart, which is still kind of a normal relationship.
And then Bulma became basically the
Bulma-
dominatrix to Vegeta.
Bulma fell in love with a space alien.
Yeah.
Then Krillin fucked a robot. That gave birth to a kid.
You know what? I can't.
Cyborg, she still had all the parts,
Cyborg, but
Let's just say the robot part. It's funnier.
Yeah, I'm just look. I'm going for the joke, okay?
Yeah.
and then the only actual healthy relationship of
I
Videl
noticed
and
way too
Gohan.
late for that. Yeah.
Anyway, so that's our past, and apparently a taste of our future.
No, wait, one more. So, yeah, you said you brought up Gohan and Videl. Yeah, Gohan figured out how to get Videl off the ground without using his hands.
Okay, we've officially gone somewhere bad. So let's go ahead.
That's how I conceived you, dear.
So we're gonna go ahead and go on to the challenge of the week, and the challenge of the week by random pull was Helix. But we also had the Protest Initiative challenge, and I see that Coldust is completely missing, so I'm guessing he might have called it for the evening already.
He said he was gonna pop over, but
Oh, then let's see.
He might be
Protest
doing a lot.
Initiative challenge.
Before
Protest
we move on the rom-com thing, it might work because Goku, Chi-Chi's kind of like over Goku's crap. Like she might be on the prowl again.
No, she loves the hell out of him because
She does, but she's tired of his shit.
well, she's always tired of his shit. But that's always the way she's been. I mean, for crying out
but
loud,
some people do have their limits. So I'm just wondering if that's one of the possible directions that rom-com arc could go.
That is for future.
I mean,
us to
yeah,
worry about.
because that's. I mean, yeah, that is because that's the thing. They say that, and it could just be that he wants to explore more of the interpersonal relationships between some of the characters right now.
it could also be completely unrelated to anybody we even know since it's related to Dragon Ball Super.
True, I was just
Right.
spitballing it out there, though.
Yeah. In fact, I would bet money it would have something to do with a Krillin's kid and having the rom-com situation going on.
Oh my god, she's
It's
part
probably not a kid
Rohan.
anymore. But I'm gonna leave that one for the other
Protest
people to figure out.
Initiative challenge and challenge of the week.
Oh, we got a co-response from Coldust. He might be here. Coldust, protest challenge. Coldust, trains. Coldust,
Do I
muffins
have
with
to give
syrup.
Feather? I will
Col-
go to the
Coldust.
Czech Republic.
Chocolate chip muffins with maple syrup on top.
Trains, maple syrup, feather, Cole, are you there?
Fires, explosions, LOE, Roan. Oh wait, wrong person.
Huh?
All right. Okay, then I guess we'll leave the protest initiative challenge a mystery until either people can guess or Coldust pops in, or Crazy Man Captain could take over at one point if we decide that he may not be back. I don't know. But anyway, so we did get a few entries in regards to that, but we also got a few entries completely random to that. So yeah, we got a lot of fun things to show off here. And of course, thank you all to everybody that were willing to either participate or at least submit things that they have received. And we'll go ahead and start off with my shenanigans in regards to this.
Beautiful.
I'm still trying to get the whole face thing down. I think I got the nose wrong somehow, but otherwise, I'm getting at least a little bit better in regards to mouth work.
Yeah, I can tell you right now that cheek's a little bit too far out with how short the nose is.
Oh, there he is.
Welcome.
But of course, we could ask Cultus what he thinks of, as he also tells us what the Protest Initiative Challenge was this week.
What I think of?
Of
Second
the
image.
artwork, yeah.
Oh, let me take a look.
The Infinity Noodle.
Yo, perfect. And the Protest Initiative Challenge this week was...
Chinese food.
Shh. He's got to find out that the website was never updated.
The website hasn't been updated for a while. Why does that still say the episode 20? 20.
I tried to figure out how to get to that. I don't know how to get to the title anymore.
Why has it been 2 weeks?
I can't figure out how to update it. And I can't. I tried so hard.
Yeah,
I'm
you and I are
literally
gonna have a talk at some point.
Yes, I don't doubt that, and I do apologize. I honestly tried my hardest, and I tried every trick I could remember. Anyway, the Protest Initiative Challenge.
So, going back to
Remember how it's done.
521's show notes document.
It's Chinese
Helix and
food.
Chinese food.
Yes.
Yes. Chinese
'Cause
food.
I still haven't cleared out that tab.
So, yep, I drew this in about a couple of hours while I had time at work. While I still have time at work at the moment, because that's obviously going to change too. That also means my drawing habits are going to have to change a little bit. But, so yeah, I think I'm getting a little bit better in some regards. The nose still bugs me, and I think I figured out why the nostrils are kind of off. At least.
Well, as I said, your cheeks are a little bit too far forward, or your nose is too far back.
You haven't seen other artists do stuff like this, have you?
I have, and I've done it myself.
Fair enough. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna have to do like a bunch of practice noses at this rate. But so
I like it.
But
It's
yes,
still good.
This is Circuit Main having a bunch of chow mein with the various vegetables and stuff, and manages to pull the Super Helix.
Circuit main, chow mein.
Circuit Main chow mein. Yes, Chinese food and Helix.
Excellente. 10 out of 10. Bam.
And then we got this. The Lord's
There's
Noodle.
a joke here that you have to think about with Pokemon.
Oh, is that what that was? I thought it was a Junji Ito reference somehow.
No, my brain went straight to Twitch Plays Pokemon because they chose the Helix fossil.
Oh yeah. Praise Helix. Yeah, I don't recall that one too much because they also made Flareon the devil, and I love Flareon.
No, the PC was the devil. It killed everyone.
Well, the PC always kills everyone.
No. They every time they would end up at the PC, half the party would get released.
Yeah.
And along with that, we also have random a cybernetic cheetah or a cybernetic Doberman Quoll.
Gaslight, that looks nice.
One of my friends are like, "Hey, you haven't done anything in a while. Got any ideas?" I'm like, "No, not really." Then I guess they threw two animals into a random. They grabbed two animals out of a randomizer and gone from there.
And also random alligator pony.
Yeah, Bailey. She's a good horse. Gator.
There's an alligator in the tub.
Oh my god.
Did she eat the soup? Quite possibly.
Can you tell
pinchy knee?
Well, can you tell CMC and I have probably melded too quickly?
And
No,
also
it's Pinkie Pie.
Also
True.
something really cute.
It's Gumby's love child.
Tech posted this up as well.
That is adorable.
Aww.
Yep, this was from a friend of Tech's.
Still adorable.
Yeah.
Cute little horsey.
Absolutely love the little horsey, Tech. Tell your friend we love the horsey. I think we killed Tech.
Tell your horsey we love
I'm here.
the friend.
Okay.
I'm just tired of that. I don't have much to say at the moment.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's all good.
All right, and with that, that's the entries we have. Now let's go ahead and pull the randomizer run once again because we do gotta start
Sorry.
we gotta get things moving here a little bit quickly. Took a little bit longer than expected. So, chat room. While we're going ahead and starting to talk about Tell Your Tale, tell us the randomizer entries that we should have for the next week's challenge, and then we'll swing right back around to this.